Chest squext, lem lemch pesia, at uk ut squext, Louis Quest. Good day, and thank you all for joining us. My name is Angelique Albert. I'm a member of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes from Northwest Montana and Executive Director of American Indian Graduate Center and American Indian Graduate Center Scholars. Today, I'm here to welcome you to our Know Before You Go webinar. Know Before You Go, or KBUG for short, is a college prep and financial aid program designed to help transition high school students to college. To give you a little history, we began the Know Before You Go program by going into tribal communities across the country to provide training. We received such an overwhelming response from students and parents on how helpful the information was, and received requests to do more of them. It became apparent that we would need to take this program to an online format. This way, we would be allowed to reach more students and have a greater impact. Today's webinar will be presented by Michael Bates, our Academic Advisor for American Indian Graduate Center Scholars, Josh Lucio, our Program Associate for Scholarships and Programs, and Sarah Labarge, our Director of Scholarship Operations. The information they will be sharing with you today was designed for high school students to learn more about scholarships, financial aid, the college application process, and more. Today, you will hear from students and experts who are here to help you learn what to expect as you pursue your college education. I invite you and your family and your teachers to join us as we embark on this 5-part series. We hope you find it helpful and share with others so they may also be successful on their educational journey. Please be sure to follow us on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and a YouTube channel. We will also be having a fun, interactive grand prize drawing for a laptop computer, so get your Snapchat filters ready for that. Lam Lemch Pesia. Thank you all, and enjoy American Indian Graduate Center's KBUG webinar.
Hey everyone, my name is Sarah, and joining me today are Michael and Josh, and we all work here at the American Indian Graduate Center. Today we're going to be talking about understanding financial aid. We're going to cover items such as what is financial aid, cost of attendance, expected family contribution, financial need, financial aid, categories, types, and sources, as well as the FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Didn't even mess up once. Now that you are thinking about college, you and your family may have some questions. The most common questions usually pertain to finances and the cost of a college education. Some important things to consider when comparing colleges are in-state versus out-of-state tuition, room and board fees, and meal plan prices. It's never too early to start planning for the future. Knowing how you are going to pay for college is one of the most powerful ways you can set yourself up for success. The first step in completing the financial aid process is submitting a FAFSA application, or Free Application for Federal Student Aid. By submitting a FAFSA application, you will automatically be considered for federal, state, and institutional resources if eligible. And you will also be eligible to apply for federal student loans and work study. The application can be found online, and it is always free to submit. Students can begin submitting their FAFSA as early as October 1st of each year using tax information from prior years. It's important to look at the institutions you are interested in and note the priority deadline date at each of these institutions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Take advantage of financial aid workshops that are being offered to you and your family by either your high school or nearby institutions.
You should fill out a FAFSA application because in my experience in filling out scholarship opportunities, every opportunity asks me to fill out a FAFSA application. So if you're filling out a scholarship opportunity and asks you to fill out a FAFSA application, you definitely should do so.
What is financial aid? Financial aid is money that is provided to students and families to help pay for educational expenses. There are two basic types of financial aid: gift aid and self-help aid. Gift aid is given in the form of scholarships and grants. that don't have to be paid back. Grants are usually awarded based on a family's financial need. Scholarships may be awarded based on merit, such as academic achievement, athletic ability, artistic talent, or other attributes you may possess. Self-help aid requires a little bit more responsibility and includes work opportunities and loans. Work-study aid helps provide for educational costs such as books and supplies and personal expenses.
Scholarships are a great way to fund your education, and you don't have to pay them back, which is really great.
So now we want to talk about cost of attendance. There are several different things to consider when you think about your cost of attendance. The most important is tuition. If you plan to attend college in-state, you're going to pay a lot less than if you had attended out of state. Another thing to consider when thinking about your cost of attendance are your fees. Your financial aid officer can include several different fees on your cost of attendance. Some examples might be tutorial services, technology fees, student activity fees, and gym or gym membership. Books and supplies are also an important factor when thinking of your cost of attendance. In addition to that, you will also need to consider your room and board. Whether you plan to live on campus or off campus will affect your cost of attendance. If you plan to live off campus, you will be given the standard allowance for housing. Meal plan options are also something you might want to consider. Your institution will have several options that are available to you, so make sure to look them all over and choose the option that is right for you. Transportation, as well as personal and miscellaneous expenses, will be included in your cost of attendance. Some examples of miscellaneous expenses are childcare, health insurance, and study abroad costs. Cost of attendance is regulated by federal and institutional guidelines. However, there may be some room for negotiation on different items. That is why it's important to have a good relationship with your financial aid officer and go over your cost of attendance items each term.
So if I needed to get my student housing adjusted to reflect a single dorm room, I would first talk to my resident advisor, and then I would talk to my financial aid office through my university.
Expected Family Contribution, or EFC, is the amount of money your family can reasonably be expected to contribute to your college education. Your EFC stays the same regardless of which college you choose to attend. There are two components to your EFC. The application factors in your parents' income as well as your own income, and your EFC is calculated using data from a federal application and a federal formula.
At each college, the financial aid office will calculate your financial need by subtracting your EFC from your cost of attendance. This is the formula that is used to calculate your financial need. COA minus EFC equals financial need. There are two examples of how colleges determine financial need and how it varies from college to college. College A, the tuition and cost of attendance is $10,000 minus the EFC of $3,000, and you are left with $7,000 in financial need. The student is eligible for up to $7,000 in financial aid. For College B, the tuition and cost of attendance is $20,000 minus the EFC of $3,000, and you're left with $17,000 in financial need. The student is eligible for up to $17,000 in financial aid. In both cases, the demonstrated financial need can be filled by applying for financial aid through various sources like scholarships, student loans, or FAFSA. The EFC is what you and your parents are expected to pay towards your education. By looking at the difference between College A and College B, you will begin to see why college choice is important. Estimate your total college costs by crunching the numbers to determine your financial need. Keep in mind that the colleges you apply to may not meet 100% of your financial need, and you and your family are expected to cover those costs.
So now we want to talk about sources of financial aid. One source could be the federal government. The United States Department of Education administers federal financial aid programs, and one example of this would be the Pell Grant. Another source of financial aid is your college or university. So be sure to check out your financial aid office and see what your institution has to offer you. Also, private sources. Many agencies, corporations, and civic organizations have scholarship opportunities available, so be sure to do your research. Also, don't forget to check out the AIGC website, which is www.aigcs.org, and see what opportunities we have for you. Finally, also check in with your tribal higher education departments to see if they have any scholarships that you can utilize.
We talked about determining need and the various forms of financial aid. Now we're going to discuss how to get financial aid. In order to be considered for federal financial aid, you will need to complete your FAFSA, or Free Application for Federal Student Aid. In order to get started, you will need to obtain a copy of your parent or guardian's tax return documents, as well as your own if you have filed taxes before. You will need to complete the FAFSA by going to www.fafsa.ed.gov. As mentioned earlier, it is important to use the www.fafsa.ed.gov website because this website is 100% free. Be aware of some websites that will charge you a fee to complete your FAFSA. These websites claim to be FAFSA, but will scam you for your money.
You must complete the FAFSA application in order to be eligible for federal and state aid programs. In addition, you must complete forms to be considered for institutional grants, scholarships, or self-help aid like work-study. Once your FAFSA is submitted and processed, you will receive a student aid report or SAR, and make sure to review the comments. Make sure that you select all the schools you are interested in attending. Once your FAFSA is submitted and processed, each school will receive this information. Schools receive the student aid report and ask you to provide additional documentation. An example of additional information that your school may ask for is a FERPA release form. This form allows your parents access to all your information at your school. When you submit your FAFSA, you may be selected for verification. What this means is the school will need to verify the information you submitted in your FAFSA is accurate. You will be required to submit your tax information as well as your parents' tax information to your school's financial aid office. Make sure to review your award letter to accept or decline all awards.
Now is your opportunity to ask us some questions. Please feel free to use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube with the hashtag KBUG, or upload a Snapchat video with the filter of your choice to our website at www.aigcs.org/KBUG-webcast. At the end of the webinar series, we will have a drawing for a laptop computer. To be entered into the drawing, you will need to complete an online survey. Your social media and video questions will earn you additional entries into the drawing. You can earn a maximum of 3 entries. Now please be sure to watch each webinar from beginning to end so that you don't miss something fun. Thank you for listening today and learning more about planning for college. And don't forget to contact AIGC for your future scholarship needs. For a complete list of our scholarship opportunities and to submit your application, please visit our website at www.aigcs.org. AIGC and AIGCS are the largest scholarship providers to American Indian and Alaska Native students in the United States. We award $15 million annually to deserving undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate students, and have awarded over $200 million since inception. We are proud to empower tribal students from 400 tribes in all 50 states. We are here for you. Thank you again for joining us, and we wish you well on your educational journey. Lam Lamch.
Camera, roll sound. Hang on now.
Hi everyone. My name Hi everyone. My name is I almost said my name is Michael Bates.
By completing the FAFSA application, you will automatically be considered for it. And note the priority deadline date.
What's so funny?
Josh got all creepy on me. Staring at these baby blues. Yeah, it's a pretty...
So awkward. Take 1,000. Just kidding.
This is the formula. Sorry. There are two examples of how financial aid. I'm sorry. Oops. Blah. Blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Forgot to introduce myself. Okay, let's start over. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start over. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't pretty good.
I was like, we're done.
It was great. All right, let's get this. I think that was pretty good. All right. Let's get it
And
straight.
what is it called when you're done?
And cut. Yeah, that's
You're-
a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.